This is Dan Dix here reporting for Press for Truth. We're here at the Justice in Focus Symposium weekend, joined by the one and only Richard Gage of Architects and Engineers. Now, Richard, first of all, it's hard to believe that it's been 15 years since the attacks of September 11th, but even also equally hard to believe it's been 5 whole years since we made the Toronto hearings on 9/11. So I'm curious, in the last 5 years since the release of that documentary, how have you seen the movement progress?
We have had a lot of forward progress, particularly evidenced by the reactions we're getting at the American Institute of Architects. For instance, we've been going to the conventions, having an exhibit booth, showing Building 7 coming down to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of architects, which is fantastic because most of them are completely unaware of the collapse of the third tower that came down on 9/11, World Trade Center Building 7. Even though this is the third worst structural failure in modern history, they're unaware. So we show them. And we got 3 times more votes on the floor of the annual convention of the AIA business meeting, calling for a new investigation of the collapse of this building. So the first year we got 3%, now we got 11% last year. We're going to get 20, 30% next year by this geometric climb. We had the minimum 50 co-sponsors last year. We're going to have 1,000 co-sponsors next year in 2017. That's in the professional industry. We're also moving in the academic industry, the sphere of influence, because we've engaged in a $300,000 study, World Trade Center Building 7 computer dynamic analysis by the University of Alaska's Leroy Hulsey, who was here at this event, of course. And it's very exciting because, as you saw today, he's conclusively shown that this building cannot have come down due to fire. This is one of the top forensic structural engineers in the country. So we've also got 35,000 mailers sent out to the academics, and our Beyond Misinformation booklet's gone to 40,000. So it's pretty exciting. This after our 45-minute interview on C-SPAN's Washington Journal becoming their #1 watched video.
Right. At this stage in the game, are there still 15 years later, architects out there, engineers out there, who are still just coming across this information now and continuing to join the organization?
Yeah. The problem is that the AIA, the American Institute of Architects, and the American Society of Civil Engineers did not go through a peer-reviewed process that included deep-level participation from among their members, which is why their members are completely unaware of this complete catastrophe of this building. So we've got to maybe 20, 30% of them, and so many don't know. And they don't want to be looking at this information. It's not comfortable. It's not convenient. It raises questions that nobody really wants to deal with. The implications of the controlled demolitions of all 3 towers.
One question I've been asking pretty much everyone here is, where would you guys like to see this movement progress in the coming months or even years?
We need to see broad support across high-level academic and professional institutions. That's what we're focused on at Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth, where people are questioning, like in the political spheres, people are beginning to question. For instance, Jill Stein of the Green Party just came out today calling for across-the-board re-investigation of 9/11, and particularly the World Trade Center towers. That's extraordinary. We need a lot more of that kind of support. We need more media participation at the mainstream media level.
Last question, would you have any advice for people out there who maybe perhaps are on the fence, or they think, you know what, I think there is something to this, I just don't know if I want to dive right in. What sort of advice might you have to people who are considering getting involved in this movement but are a little iffy?
Well, get informed first. There's a 15-minute DVD about Building 7, which is excellent, Solving the Mystery of World Trade Center 7, narrated by Ed Asner. This is an extraordinary piece. It's free on YouTube. People can watch that. Our other DVD, which includes the Twin Towers and 40 high-rise architects, structural engineers, metallurgists, chemists, physicists, they can, you can see the Twin Towers. and everybody who watches these DVDs are extraordinarily a level of convincing has happened as a result of that. But then send the AE911truth.org link to every architect and engineer you can find, everybody else that you know. The links to these videos are on YouTube as well. This information has to get out. People can do something sitting at home and with their computer.
Yeah, awesome. What's the main URL where people can find all of this?
AE911truth.org, and we can watch the archive of the live stream today at justiceinfocus.org.
There you have it, folks. We'll have links in the description. Check them out. Richard Gage, thank you so much. Keep up the great work.
Thanks, Dan.